Hi everybody, thank you for joining me on my YouTube channel. It's Julia Watts here, and as you can see from the titles, we're going to do a project using the Woodware texture palette, which has been designed by Francoise Reed. There is a full-length 2-hour video using this stamp set on my YouTube channel, and I made lots and lots of projects using both stamp from Francoise called Dragonfly Pond, and also some Fairy Hug stamps and some Sentimentally Yours stamps as well. So there's lots and lots of ideas, but I thought today we would actually have another play with it, because there is lots and lots that you can do with it. And for this project I am going to repeat something that I did on my big video, but just in case you haven't seen that, I thought it might be useful to do. So the Woodware texture palette from Francoise is an A5 stamp set, and as you can see there's lots and lots of elements on here. We're going to be using this big circle texture stamp, and we're also going to be using this one. I may squeeze in some others as well, but we'll just see how we go. So using the big one, we're going to get ourselves a background going. These are photopolymer stamps manufactured in the UK. Anybody that knows Woodware stamps knows that the quality is there, so there's no question about that. The A5 stamp set does give you loads and loads of different options and lots of flexibility, and you can find it on my website for shipping to UK addresses. So I'm sorry, I've got my squeaky stamping platform here, because I've got my other one all loaded up already, and it's kind of a, I say it's a circle, it's kind of a rounded off square really. So we're going to pop this in the centre of a 5-inch square piece of super smooth watercolour card from Sentimentally Yours, which is brilliant for stamping on. And we're going to use a couple of oxides. We're going to use Spice Marmalade and Kitsch Flamingo, because I've already got a project dried with this one, but we'll do a slightly different setup for this one. So in the previous live demo, I've done half in one colour and half in the other, and that's the one that I've got that's dry. But let's actually smoosh some of the Kitsch Flamingo in the centre, and we'll add the Spice Marmalade around the edges just to see what this looks like. This is an oxide, which will give you a better image than your distress will. Burst Fine Clair is the best, absolutely the best for the detail on this. And because it's an oxide, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just give it a spritz of water. Let's find a finer one than that. I use the Sentimentally Yours mister, which is a finer mist, and we'll just give it a bit of a mist on top. I'm not worried if all the detail's not there, because it's a background, and we give it a really good press. You can see, I don't know if you can see here that there possibly are some air bubbles going on where I didn't really kind of pull my stamp back, so we might have a few issues there, but we'll just see. Oh, no, it's absolutely perfect. So as you can see, we've got the pink in the middle, and then it fades out to the orange on the outside. I've lost some of the detail of the stamp here, but I'm not too worried about that, because as I say, it's a background, so it's a place to start. And obviously you can clean off your distress oxide just running it under a tap, or you can mist with water, and that'll all clean off absolutely brilliantly. So I'm going to put that side to dry, but we're not obviously using that one because I've got one that I've got dried already. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this tool that I got from Mama Makes. So you'll find this at Lottie's website, which is all the W's, mamamakesstore.co.uk, and it's called a Rotate Mate. And it'll work with 4-inch square pieces of card and 5-inch square pieces of card, and it's great for pattern building and creating lots and lots of different patterns with smaller stamps normally, but I thought what we'd do is we'd use this smaller circle image and build ourselves a wreath up on top of one of the backgrounds that I did in a previous live. So what you'll find is that the 5-inch piece will just nest in. This is a press to impress. It's 23-inch by 23 centimetre by 19 centimetre stamping platform, and it will fit on the bigger one of your Stamp Perfect as well. And you just nestle it into the corner, and then you can butt your card up into these slots that there are around in this kind of flower pattern. If you've got a 4-inch piece of card, then you just take the smaller piece that there is, and then that sits in there, and you put your smaller pieces of card into those little nooks there, and you work around in exactly the same way as I'm going to here. So if you've got smaller stamps, you can just go into each area with the stamp. But I've got quite a large stamp here, so I don't think that's going to work. I think we're going to just be doing every other slot. And I think because we are going on top of the pink and the orange, I'm going to use the Morning Mist Versafine Clay as opposed to the tuxedo, not tuxedo black. I'm thinking of Memento, the Nocturne, which is the black. So we're going to use the Morning Mist. Like I say, Versafine Clay is the best for any sort of solid stamp, but it doesn't always work in the background because they're very vibrant colours, and you want your background to be a little bit more subtle. So there's one. So I've got stuff everywhere. So now you rotate it. So you choose to, if you just went to one, then you see I've just slotted those in there. But if we go to one, we're going to overlap like that. Now you might want that, and that would be actually rather nice as well. But I think what we'll do is we go to every other one. So when you get to this point, you have to just nestle it into the corner. And I've got the you can see it fits nicely. Unfortunately for me, I've got the press to impress grid lines underneath, so I can see that that's nice and straight. And let's just move that just ever so slightly, and we go again. This is the bit where you might want to fast forward. I find this very therapeutic. I find it that, you know, if you've got any kind of worries or anything, you can just lose yourself in doing this, because it's effectively pattern building, but more accurate than if you do it by eye. I mean, you still might want to do some of your foliage wreaths by eye, absolutely. But I mean, it does work very well with the Fairy Hugs Wreath Builder, and also with the pine cone branches from Fairy Hugs, which is quite a small one. There's also a foliage stamp in the Special As You Are, which works brilliantly with it. You don't have to go all the way around. You could leave a gap for a sentiment to come out the side of if you want to, just similar to the Floral Curios. Now you can see here that because it's not 100% circular, the actual texture background, that some areas come off, but that's fine. That's fine, it works. So we're missing two and going in here. I actually want the stamp pad and not the lid. I'm trying to do a live every Sunday morning at 11 AM. But if you miss that, then you can catch it anytime on my YouTube channel. Obviously you're here watching, so you know where to find me. Some weeks it's just not possible, and when that's the case, then I'll upload a video instead, like this one. It's almost a little bit space agey, this, I think. Oh, it's like is it Fruit Loops? That's the name of a cereal. It's quite cool though, isn't it? I'm using my mat under here. There we go. One more, and then our circle's complete. It's very easy to use. Once you get the hang of it, it's absolutely a doddle. I have got some of the new Fairy Uggs collection, which is out on the 21st of October. I've got some projects I've done with that as well. So there's our kind of circular wreath going on. And I'm wondering if we can actually add something within the gaps. So let's have a go at that. Let's put this one back. So we have this one here. I'm wondering if we might be able to put that one in as well. The small ones are really useful. Obviously you can use the small ones with the big one as well. So let's pop this. I like to start it actually nestled into here. We could have it coming off of the edge, or we could go into the centre a little bit more like that. That might be a bit weird. We won't be able to get sentiment in if we do that. And I'd like to get sentiment in. So let's have it. So it will come off the edge in some places. I think we do it in a different colour as well, so we can see the difference. So let's go for decisions. Let's go for Purple Delight. I might mess it up, I might not like it, but let's have a look. It's a piece of card. At the end of the day, if you don't like it, turn it over. Do something else. Oh, I quite like that. This has got, if you can see, this has got a little line going through it there. You see that? It's really cool. So clever. These are such useful stamps, and they've only been out for a week, just over a week, and I've already restocked once. If anything goes out of stock, then just click on the email when available button and you'll be notified as soon as I have it again. Francoise has said, because they are designed to go with the dragonfly and butterfly stamps and also the birdie stamps that she's bought out, and there is a little rectangle. There is a little rectangular set which I will do some videos of. I'll grab myself one of those at some point and do some videos with that. And there is a semicircle as well, which has got a couple of other elements with it. And they will work, like I say, with the dragonfly and the butterfly and the birdie set. But Francoise has said that there's more sets to come. But as you'll see in the 2-hour live demo that I did that you can watch, I've used it with my Fairy Hug stamps, and I've also used it with my Sentimentally Yours Floral Curios sets, and there's lots more stamps that it will definitely work with. So, you know, it's definitely an investment because it will definitely work with lots of stamps that you've got in your stash. Oops, that'll be a magnet. I quite like this. It's quite modern, isn't it? Abstract, I think they call it. Only a couple more. That's got to go in there. Of course, it doesn't matter if it's not 100%. If you miss a little, you know, if you either miss a little bit of stamping, or if you don't get it into the whole 100%, because of the nature of this particular design, which is quite random anyway, it doesn't have to be perfect. Let's just go into there. Oop. Have that one instead. Like so. Okay, let's get rid rid of that for a minute. So I'm quite happy with that. That's quite modern. I quite like that. That's quite funky, isn't it? So we can have it that any way up you want, because it's the same every single direction. So I think originally we had it that way. You could have it, you know, whatever you want. So let's get rid of this and let's pop a sentiment in the middle. And I would mat it onto black card, but I haven't cut a piece ready yet, so I'll put that on the thumbnail for the video. So let's see what we can get to fit in here. I hate pulling magnets apart. 9 times out of 10 I do get a dirty finger mark on the edge, which really bugs me. There's my stamp set. So I've grabbed a few sentiments from Fairy Hugs, which may or may not fit. No, that one won't fit. That one's called Stay Forever. If there ever comes a day when we can't be together, keep me in your heart, I'll stay there forever. This is Jubilant. I have a feeling that Jubilant's going to be not fit either. Let the fields be jubilant and everything in them. Let all the trees of the forest sing for joy. It's also got Friendship. That kind of fits, but I think I might actually go for one of my sentiments to your smudge sentiment, because then I can leave some gaps and it won't look quite so full. So birthday wishes will fit in there. Have a great day, that'll fit in there. Let's have a great day. Let's have that. This is the, as I said, the sentiment to your smudge sentiments. I still have got a little bit of stock of that left. In the centre, and so that this pops, I think I'm going to do this in Nocturne. I'm just trying to see if I can get it straight. You see, it's not been used before, so it's not my normal black colour or whatever colour. So this is Nocturne Versifying Clay. I love these smudge sentiments, they're so useful. I'm just going to go again just so it's a bit darker. You can always do that. There we go. So I would just pop it onto a piece of black card. This is a bit big. Put onto a piece of black card. Obviously trim it down a bit, and you can see you've got a really cool card. So I hope you enjoyed that. Just another idea of what you can do with some of the smaller elements that are on the wonderful texture palette stamp set from Francoise Reed, which, as I said, you'll find it on my website. Do have a look at my other videos. There's lots and lots of videos on my YouTube channel, and watch out for the next instalment with some of the texture stamps. Thanks for watching. Bye.